debate is heating up over collective bargaining in Fort Wayne. Tonight, city unions, the city council, and the mayor's administration all weighed in with numbers and stats to back up their arguments.
And more council members are now starting to become more clear on where they stand on 3 ordinances that would eliminate or significantly reduce collective bargaining. News Channel 15's Randy Spieth joins us now with more on tonight's council meeting.
Yeah, Mark and Heather, we're continuing to closely count the votes on this issue. What we know is the 3 Democratic councilmen will vote against these 3 ordinances, and 2 Republicans, both John Crawford and Russ Yell, will vote for them. Now the picture is becoming clear on where the 4 remaining Republicans stand.
If you didn't wake up wanting to hurt these folks by taking away their right to sit across a table, I would suggest to you none of these statistics should compel you to do it now. Thank you very much.
In front of a packed crowd, cases were made for why collective bargaining should stay in place and why it should be eliminated. Former councilmen Tim Pape and Mark Giaquina spoke on behalf of Mayor Tom Henry's administration and on behalf of the city unions. While Councilman John Crawford, one of the authors of the ordinances, presented why he wanted to eliminate the collective bargaining process.
Want to have somebody at the table on a day where that person is there for them and they're not down in a sewer.
My contention has never been we aren't doing well. It's my contention we can do even better for the taxpayer without collective bargaining.
Going into the night, there were 4 Republicans whose stances were unclear. Councilman Tom Smith made his more clear tonight.
I am leaning more and more towards eliminating, at least in part, some collective bargaining. And I'm saying that now because that's what I'm hearing from the citizens.
Before tonight, we hadn't heard any comment from Councilman Marty Bender, who broke his silence.
I am not a union member. I have never been a union member, so I will not be abstaining from this vote. I look forward to a lively discussion next week.
Council is expected to vote on these 3 ordinances next week, and Councilman Tom Didier and Mitch Harper still haven't committed to which decision they'll make.
80% of the people are saying, you know, we don't want it anymore, we want to see it change. Out of this whole process is getting a better understanding of the whole thing. So I'm not going to say publicly what I'm doing yet.
I've talked to a number of people, both city employees and citizens who voiced some very strong opinions. I think there's some other items I'd like to see brought out on the table, and I'll raise some of those next week.
The earliest any of these ordinances could pass through council is a week from tonight. If any of them do pass, we know that Mayor Henry will veto all of them. And from there, Mark and Heather, the bills could go back to council where 6 votes are needed to overturn the mayor's decision. All that could happen sometime next month.
Yeah.